Leg cramps can be set in motion hours before you lie down. And if tonight's meal came from a frozen dinner tray, that salty, convenient box sitting in your freezer right now, your muscles may already be paying for it. You know the feeling. It's 2, maybe 3 in the morning. Your calf locks. Your foot curls. You grab the edge of the bed and try to breathe through it. And by the time it lets go, you're wide awake. Heart pounding. Afraid to move your leg again. And tomorrow, you'll do exactly what you did last time. You'll drink a glass of water. Maybe eat a banana. And hope tonight is different. But here's what no one told you. There's a reason those cramps keep coming back. And it has almost nothing to do with water. Most seniors are told to drink more water or eat a banana and hope for the best. However, data from the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements shows that 48% of Americans don't get enough magnesium from food alone, and adults over 71 are the most likely group falling short. That is not a water problem. That's a mineral delivery problem, and it may be starting at dinner. The real enemy here isn't your body. It's not aging by itself. It's the outdated advice that says night leg cramps are just dehydration, bad luck, or a normal part of getting older, while completely ignoring the dinner-to-mineral chain reaction that can leave your calf tighter than a fist before midnight. That is not random. The system isn't trying to hurt you. It just hasn't caught up. But you deserve the update. And that's exactly why I'm here. My name is Dr. David Collin, and this is for educational purposes only. Always discuss changes with your own doctor. What I'm about to walk you through is based on published research from the NIH, the USDA, the FDA, and peer-reviewed nutritional science. Not opinion, not guesswork, evidence. If this kind of information matters to you, and I believe it will, the easiest way to make sure you don't miss the next one is to subscribe. I cover things here that most seniors are never told, and I want you to have access to them. After 60, everything changes, and most people aren't told why. Tonight, that changes. By the time I'm done, you'll know exactly which foods may be tightening your legs overnight, why your magnesium or potassium habit might look like it's failing, and what you can do about it starting with tonight's dinner. Let me show you what's actually going on inside your body when you sit down to a meal that seems perfectly normal, and what it does to your muscles 6 hours later while you're asleep. Think of your muscles like a lock-and-release system. Calcium tells the muscle to contract. Magnesium tells it to let go. Potassium helps keep the electrical signal stable so the whole system fires and resets smoothly. When those 3 minerals are in balance, the muscle does its job and relaxes. When they're not, when one is too high or 2 are too low, the muscle fires and keeps firing. That is a cramp. Now here's where dinner enters the picture. Because what you eat in the evening directly affects how much sodium, potassium, and magnesium are available to your muscles overnight. And after 60, your margin for error is thinner than it's ever been. So why does the pain show up at 2 in the morning instead of at dinner? Because the imbalance builds slowly. It doesn't hit all at once. Your body absorbs what you ate. Your kidneys start processing the sodium. And while you're lying still in the lightest phase of sleep, that's when the electrical misfires start. That's when the calf locks. The process was set in motion at the table. You just didn't feel it yet. That's the first food on this list. And it's the one sitting in more American freezers right now than almost any other dinner option. Frozen dinners. The convenient, microwavable, ready in 5 minutes kind. According to data from USDA Food Data Central, a single frozen dinner can contain anywhere from 700 to over 1,800 milligrams of sodium in one tray. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams for an entire day, and ideally closer to 1,500 for most adults. So one dinner can hand you half your day's sodium in a single sitting, sometimes more. And here's what that sodium does. Research published in the journal Nephron Physiology, out of Changgung Memorial Hospital and supported by NIH grant funding, showed that high salt intake increases urinary excretion of both calcium and magnesium. The more sodium your kidneys have to flush, the more magnesium and calcium get dragged out with it. Too much sodium, too little potassium, tight muscle. That's not a mystery. That's a recipe, and you just served it for dinner. The second food on this list works the same way, only it hides better. Canned soups. A single can of a standard grocery store soup, not the low-sodium version, the regular one, can carry 800 to over 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. And most people eat the whole can, which is usually 2 servings. That's potentially 2,000 milligrams of sodium in what felt like a light, easy meal. And most canned soups are very low in potassium and almost non-existent in magnesium. So you're loading sodium in and getting almost nothing back on the mineral side. That's an imbalance that your muscles will feel later tonight. Stop. Listen to this carefully. The third food isn't something most seniors think of as a cramp trigger, but it is. Processed deli meats. Ham, salami, packaged turkey slices, the kind you grab for an easy dinner sandwich. These meats are cured and preserved with sodium. A few slices of deli ham can carry over 500 milligrams of sodium before you even add bread or condiments. And here's what makes it worse. These processed meats often replace what could have been a potassium-rich protein at dinner, a piece of fish, a serving of beans, even a baked potato with the skin on. Instead, you got sodium without the mineral return. And your muscle didn't get the potassium it needed to keep the electrical signal from going haywire overnight. This is not age. This is something your body is doing, and we can fix it. But there are two more foods on this list. And the next one is the one that fools almost everyone. The fourth food, sugar-heavy desserts after dinner. A slice of cake, a bowl of ice cream, cookies, a sweetened coffee drink late in the evening. Most seniors don't connect sugar to leg cramps at all. But here's what research suggests is happening. When you take in a large amount of refined sugar in the evening, especially if you're over 60 and your insulin response isn't what it was at 40, your body has to work harder to process it. That process increases fluid movement through the kidneys. Data from a systematic review published in BMC Urology in 2022 found that diabetes is associated with a nearly 50% higher risk of nocturia, waking up at night to urinate. And nocturia doesn't just interrupt sleep. It can shift your fluid and electrolyte balance at exactly the hours when your muscles are most vulnerable. So that late dessert didn't just give you extra calories. It may have quietly pulled fluid and minerals out of balance during the exact window your calves and feet are trying to stay relaxed. And here is where most seniors get misled. Because the fifth food, the last one on this list, is something almost nobody suspects. Black licorice, not red licorice. Not the artificial kind. Real black licorice, the kind made with glycyrrhizin, a compound found in licorice root. In 2017, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued a consumer safety warning specifically about black licorice. The FDA stated that glycyrrhizin can cause potassium levels to drop. And when potassium drops, the symptoms can include muscle weakness, cramping, and abnormal heart rhythms. The FDA noted that for people over 40, and especially older adults, eating as little as 2 ounces of black licorice a day for 2 weeks could be enough to cause a problem. 2 ounces. That's a small handful. And this isn't just the FDA. Case reports published in BMJ Case Reports and in the journal Therapeutic Advances in Drug Safety have documented hypokalemia, dangerously low potassium, in older adults who consumed black licorice regularly without knowing the risk. Have you been blaming your body for something your plate is doing? Because here's the picture that's forming. A frozen dinner loaded with sodium. A can of soup that wipes out your potassium margin. Deli meats that replace mineral-rich proteins. A sweet dessert that shifts your fluid balance while you sleep. And a small handful of black licorice that quietly lowers the very potassium your muscles were depending on. Each one of those foods looks harmless by itself. But stack 2 or 3 of them together in one evening meal, which is exactly what millions of seniors do every single night, and the mineral math stops working. Most seniors never connect this to that. Today you will. Now I want to take this one step deeper, because everything I've shown you so far explains how these foods create the conditions for a cramp. But there's a question underneath all of it that most people never ask. Why does this get worse after 60? Why didn't these same foods cause this at 45? The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements states clearly that older adults have lower dietary intakes of magnesium than younger adults. But it's not just intake. Magnesium absorption from the gut decreases with age. And renal magnesium excretion, how much your kidneys flush out, increases with age. So you're eating less, absorbing less, and losing more, all at the same time. And on top of that, older adults are more likely to take medications that further drain magnesium. The NIH specifically names loop diuretics like furosemide, thiazide diuretics like hydrochlorothiazide, and proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole drugs that millions of seniors take every day for blood pressure and acid reflux. Every one of those medications can reduce magnesium levels further. Let me ask you something. I want you to drop a letter in the comments right now. If you still believe night leg cramps are mostly a water problem, drop the letter A. If you believe what you eat at dinner can quietly set them off hours later, drop the letter B. I read every single comment personally. Let me know below. And now here is the part I've been building toward. Everything I just told you is real, and it matters. But there's something that changes all of it, something almost no one talks about. And once you understand it, you will never look at night leg cramps the same way again. The real problem is not always that your body has zero magnesium or zero potassium. Many seniors I hear from are actually trying. They're taking a magnesium supplement. They're eating a banana with breakfast. They're making an effort, and the cramps still come back. Why? Because the issue isn't just a simple deficiency. It's a nighttime mineral delivery mismatch. And that mismatch is created by what happens at dinner. Here's what I mean. You take your magnesium in the morning. Good. You eat a banana at lunch. Fine. But then dinner rolls around, and it's a frozen meal with 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Or it's a sandwich made with processed deli meat and a bowl of canned soup on the side. Or it's a pasta dish with a sweet dessert afterward. What just happened? Your body absorbed the sodium. Your kidneys went to work flushing it. And as they flushed the sodium, they pulled magnesium and calcium along with it. The same magnesium you took that morning. The same minerals that were supposed to be there at 2 a.m. when your calf needed to relax. This is for educational purposes only. And if you take prescription medications, especially for blood pressure, fluid balance, or kidney problems, discuss any changes with your own doctor first. The dinner undid the supplement. The meal fought the mineral. And by the time your body needed that magnesium to release the muscle, it was gone. Flushed out. Used up. Not because the supplement was bad. Not because the banana didn't work. But because the evening meal created a drain that nobody warned you about. I'm telling you this because nobody else in this space will. This is the part that makes the whole picture click. The cramp wasn't random. It wasn't because you forgot to drink water. It was because the dinner pattern you've been repeating, maybe for months, maybe for years, has been quietly undermining the minerals your muscles need most during sleep. A 2021 review published in the journal Nutrients confirmed that magnesium plays an essential role in skeletal muscle integrity, and that aging creates compounding factors, decreased absorption, increased excretion, and higher medication use that make adequate magnesium delivery harder, not easier. So when you stack a high sodium, low potassium, sugar-heavy evening meal on top of an already narrowing mineral window, the muscle doesn't stand a chance. Most seniors never get this far. They manage one piece of the puzzle. They take the supplement, or they eat the banana, but they miss the dinner pattern, and that gap is exactly what keeps the cramps returning. And this is the part where everything shifts. Because now that you understand the mechanism, now that you see how the evening meal can set the trap, you can actually do something about it. Not tomorrow, tonight. Here's what the research points to, and I want to walk you through it slowly, because this is the part that matters most. The first thing, identify tonight's likely trigger. Look at your dinner plan. Is it high in sodium? Is it low in potassium? Is it replacing a mineral-rich option with something convenient but empty on the electrolyte side? If the answer is yes to any of those, you found your starting point. The second thing, and this one surprises most seniors, you don't have to overhaul your entire diet. You just have to fix the evening meal. That's the window that matters most for night cramps. Research from the NIH confirms that the body's magnesium and potassium handling is most vulnerable during the overnight hours, when intake has stopped and the kidneys are still processing dinner. So the move is simple. Reduce the biggest sodium source at dinner first. That might mean swapping the frozen tray for a piece of baked salmon with steamed spinach. Salmon gives you protein. Spinach gives you magnesium, 78 milligrams in half a cup, according to USDA Food Data Central. And both are low in sodium. Or it might mean replacing the canned soup with a homemade broth-based soup where you control the salt. Or swapping the deli meat for a baked potato with the skin on. One medium baked potato delivers over 900 milligrams of potassium. The third thing, if you're taking a magnesium supplement, talk to your doctor about the form and the timing. Data from the NIH shows that magnesium citrate and magnesium chloride are more bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs them more completely than magnesium oxide, which is the most commonly sold form. And timing matters. If you take it in the morning and then load sodium at dinner, the supplement may not be there when the muscle needs it at night. Your doctor can help you figure out whether adjusting when you take it makes sense for you. So to be clear, fix the dinner pattern first. Reduce the sodium. Add back the potassium and magnesium through real food. And then review the supplement strategy with your doctor if needed. That's it. Your doctor never told you this, but I will. Night leg cramps after 60 are often not just about what you take. They're about what your dinner quietly did to the muscle hours earlier. Before I let you go, there's one more thing, and this might be the most important part of everything I've said today. If you keep eating the same high sodium, low mineral evening foods, even a good magnesium routine can look weak, because the meal is fighting the muscle before the supplement ever gets a fair chance. Not aging, not random, not harmless. The food pattern that caused the cramp tonight can make tomorrow's supplement strategy look weaker than it really is. That's the cycle. And tonight, you can break it. But now that you know which foods can tighten your legs overnight, there's something else happening in your body that makes even the right mineral less effective, unless you also address how that mineral is delivered. The mineral may be in the bottle, but the wrong form may never reach the muscle the way you think. I cover exactly that in the next video. Watch it now.